your business. Please don't get involved. I got money on my mind.
So let's move on to the next topic. It looks like we're going to shift over to football right now. Professional football. Jacksonville Jaguars. Two-way player, Travis Hunter, receiver, defensive back, just signed today a 4-year contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. $65 million, fully guaranteed money. Includes a $30 million plus signing bonus paid up front. And he's technically one of the few players that has gotten a contract like this, especially as a rookie. Isaiah, tell me, what do you think? Why do you think he got a contract like this as a rookie? Because he played both ways, or what's your take on it?
He's just flat out talented, man. He's just a talented soul. Man, you know, once they offer you something like that and don't dispute it and sign a rookie, something of that magnitude, something that huge like that, they've seen him. I mean, this guy is one of the best I've seen playing both sides of the. I mean, he played both ways, and most folks thought he couldn't play both of them. Deion Sanders thought he couldn't play both of them. He had to prove them wrong, and he let them do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen packages where people play both sides of the ball, but not the entire game. When you see a kid that don't run,
it's not the entire game. Yeah.
As a receiver, you got to run full speed when that ball is hyped. And on defense, you got the
he's in impeccable shape.
That's why if you look at him, he has absolutely no fat on him because he's constantly running full speed. And to see him in practice, you know,
he must got some Jamaican in his blood.
To see this guy with the naked eye, they want to make this guy happy, man. And that's why they gave him that kind of money. And if he fulfilled this contract, you can imagine what they're gonna give him in the next contract. If they let him play both of those, if he's able to play both ways, because I know for a fact they probably promised him they'll let him play because otherwise he wouldn't have been so adamant about going to the Jacksonville Jaguars because he wanted to go to a team that was going to allow him to play both ways. So when Jacksonville picked him, it was no issue, and he made it known that I'm going to play both ways. You're not going to dispute this thing. I'm going to play both ways. Now, right now, he's been in training camp, and they probably say, shoot, this guy can actually do it. So that's why they giving him that type of money. You know, they just don't offer no rookie that kind of money if they don't think he's going to be able to endure. You know, all of these things
because that is quite a bit of money for a rookie. Because usually the rookie contracts are kind of, you know, structured
as a signing bonus too, DC. $30 million as a signing bonus. They don't.
That's a lot of money
that
for
contract,
a rookie.
man. That's more than half of what the contract entails. He's got a $46 million 4-year, and $30 million is guaranteed. They don't do that only for veterans. They do that for. Not no guy who's a brand new out of the box coming out of college, man.
Yeah. According to this, the entire $46.65 million is fully guaranteed. I mean, all of the money. That means he's set for life. I mean, his family, generational wise, if he manages the money right, will be set.
Yeah, because he's already secured a contract with, I think, is Adidas with his brother. You know, his brother is in high school or something like that, getting ready to go to college. But he's one of the first kid that get a contract with Adidas. So his little brother don't even need his money.
Let's not say that now because we know who his wife is now. His newly wife, he gonna need every cent.
Well, his brother don't need his money though. Not just what I'm saying. Okay. If he throw away all of his money with his wife, that's one thing, and that's his wife. I don't care what she do to him, but I'm talking about his family. His family is going to be taken care of because his little brother has already secured his own money, so he don't need Hunter's money. And see, I'm not a hater. I don't care what he do with his wife. If she go out and buy a Rolls Royce and a big house and all that stuff, man, shower her with love, with joy, and all that type of stuff. Forget what all of these guys are saying, man. If she married you and you fell in love because your nose is wide, go ahead and do it. That's your money.
Put on an allowance. You need to put on an allowance. You need to put on an allowance.
It ain't. I don't think it's gonna be any allowances. She gonna put him on an allowance.
She gonna be the one controlling the money, bro.
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
you mean giving her a
It's not gonna happen. I don't see it happening like that.
It's not
you
tight
know?
like you, Najee. He just opened the floodgates to his wife. You see, he always cared about where she go to dinner and all that. Man, he just say, honey, here's a check. Go do whatever you want.
You better have some management on this money then.
Or
It'd be a
he
shame
could
for
tell
him.
her, look,
It'd
honey,
be
I'll
a
take
shame
you
for
to the
him
club.
when we
I'll
both
stay
retire and I got
outside.
more money than him.
Najee,
Yeah.
listen,
Mhm.
it ain't like he don't know. Some everybody has already spoken to this guy about that. Dion done spoke to him about it allegedly, and I, almost assured him he did. He could see the relationship he went through with his ex-wife. And then you had little bow wow of all people out there telling them how women are. And I'll never know this little mutt that dog gonna get married, and he was out there trying to school him. So, if he didn't listen to that, man, let this guy have his way. He's got a new, found, success, getting all of it. You see, people gotta realize something too. He ain't just embark on this money by being a professional. He was already rich with the NIL contract that he had in college.
Mm-hmm.
So this ain't new money to him. He was already rich. So people need to lay off the guy. If you think about it, in all actuality, everything his wife could possibly want, he got it already, man. She already was riding around with a $500,000 car. He already was living in a mansion when he was in college. So what else could she possibly want? He went and bought a big old engagement ring and then, after that, bought another house. She already had everything. So people need to just lay off the dude, man.
Just leave, like the old people, you leave him alone now. Don't mess with him. Just leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Well, I can just say,
if he gonna bump his head, leave him alone.
If he's gonna bump his head,
Listen,
he's a
man,
phenom.
Like I said before,
and he's a one-of-a-kind player.
Let me tell you what would happen to a guy like Hunter. If you with his best friend and you keep talking about his woman and he don't like that, he gonna quit fooling with you, man.
He gonna cut you off before he cut off.
That song,
yeah, he'll cut you off before he cut her off.
If a man loves his woman, he'll turn his back on his best friend if he put her down. So I'm telling you, I told y'all how smart Dion was. Dion don't mess with that man about that woman. You see he was out there fishing with Dion the other day, if that's a current picture. Yep. But you know what? He's not putting her down. Because he just told him you should get a prenup down, but he didn't do it, so he said, okay. He didn't listen. Only thing you can do is tell a person. If they
you can only tell people and try to guide them the right way.
Little guards on his horns and let him go about his business again, man. Because if a guy goes nose wide open like that, you can't tell him nothing anyway, man. You really can't. Just leave him alone, let him go through his thing. And the good thing about it, all that stuff goes well. What you think he gonna think about you now? If she don't divorce him, they have a family and kids, and next thing you know, 10 years from now, they still strong. What you think he gonna think about you, man, if that woman don't divorce him? Because, at first it could have been this thing where she thought he was ugly, but then he's a good guy.
Oh, she still think he ugly. Don't get that. She still think he ugly.
Man,
she still think he ugly. I mean, don't even go there with that because the money makes him look better. The money makes him look better. So don't say she don't think he look ugly.
Well,
money make anybody look better.
DC,
exactly.
Let me tell you this, man. If you got a person that cares for you, they'll look beyond that, man. And apparently she don't look beyond that and still married a man. We don't know what's going on in that household, man. So leave him alone.
We can only wish him the best. At least I know I wish him the best. I hope he has a
yeah. Kiss, you're not looking at it anyway. You're supposed to close your eyes. See?
Now that was a quickie. That was a slick one you tried to slide in there on that one, right?
Yeah.
So Isaiah, answer this one question for me. Have you ever met anybody and got involved with them from saying, I love you more than life itself?
No, he has.
I've seen that before. No, let me tell you something.
Najee, I'm answering that for him. No, he has not.
Listen to me, man. I've seen a guy who was burnt up, bro, in a fire. and lost. His head was burnt up and all this stuff. He was in severe damage, man. And he got plenty of girlfriends because they wasn't looking at that face of his. They was looking at what he could do for them. And this thing could have started out like that. Because remember how it all started. Her brother told her, man, this dude right here is paid. And now she said, oh, okay. She dealt with him. But then when you understand how this guy was raised, you met his family, he cared about his mom, his dad was on some kind of, stuff, allegedly. And then all of a sudden, you got a good guy. Most women, especially in the position that he's in, they so afraid the guy going out and cheat on them. This dude is just the opposite. He's just the opposite. Instead of him going out to the club to go pick up on the one night stand, this dude is playing a video game. What woman won't let him? What woman don't want a man where you can kind of put your finger on this dude only playing a game. He's playing a game. He's locked in when he's watching film of how he can be better at his craft. She ain't worried about him thinking. She ain't worried about him doing anything wrong to spend his money on no other girl. She know he's in there with a damn joystick in his damn hands, man.
I'm gonna just say, they're young. I can only wish them well, but the pressure is gonna be on. Especially a lot of pressure is going to be on him because he's going to be traveling a lot to games. Maybe he'll take her with him. To these games, but he's going to be traveling. It's going to be a lot of stuff. There's distractions and temptations that he's going to see. That he's going to have to be very strong, spiritually inside to be able to overcome it.
He's seen that when he was over at Colorado.
Yeah.
You don't get no more than Colorado.
That was a perfect training ground for him over there.
Over him, man. You got a guy who was running touchdowns and interceptions and all of this stuff and was paid. He had a $7 million NIL contract, so he could roll up in there any kind of way he wants. And you don't think those girls take notice of that? They can read that stuff just like we know it.
That's a good point. You think about, he's a smart young man, so I think he'll be all right. And we're going to monitor him throughout his tenure at Jacksonville. I'm going to be watching every Jacksonville game to see how he plays.
Yeah, we got to do
and we'll be covering those games.
You've reached the end of another episode of the DC Stewart Sports Talk Podcast. Be sure to connect with us at Facebook and Twitter.com. Your voice is important, so head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Catch our next episode.